Hey everybody, Brandon Phillips here with Garage Athletes. 15.5 was announced last night. Great workout, and we're all surprised that there are no burpees this year in the Open at all. So I guess we don't have to train burpees ever again in the sport of CrossFit because they're not functional apparently. Anyways, 27, 21, 15, 9 calories on the rower, thrusters at 95 pounds to 65 pounds. This is just a great workout to test capacity in my opinion, and see who's willing to go to that really dark place.
Pain!
The pain cave. You're going to have to find your power animal on this one. My power animal is the Kodiak grizzly bear.
Like, is that the one with the camera?
That's the one that eats people.
You eat people?
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
But last night we saw the three champs. They did a great job, and I think it came out just like everybody expected. Sam Briggs, who's got an incredible engine, incredible work capacity, has been injured, but still you can see that her motor has not gone away. She came out on top with a 7-minute time. That's blazing fast. Annie Thorsdottir right behind that. I think with her work capacity and just her height and weight just helped her out on the rower. And then you had Camille back, coming in strong. And just like we thought with Camille, the rower, she really paced that out, but her thrusters were really fast. If you probably look at her split times on that, they're probably comparable to Sam or Annie, but just her time on that rower just a little bit long. But we're going to get into that and why that's important to look at pacing yourself depending on your body type later. But first thing we're going to look at is the warm-up, and just like all of my other warm-ups I've talked about in the past, and I try to tell every athlete, is that you got to get that first wind out of you. You got to breathe heavy for this one going in. You don't want to go into this one cold, because that round of 27, you're going to be breathing super heavy, and if you don't have any kind of lactic acid buildup prior to that, you're going to be really feeling the effects of that, and you're going to be slowing down tremendously. So what we did this morning with our 5:30 a.m. crew, we did an EMOM for 6 minutes. You did 5 calories, depending on the athlete, they did 5 calories on the rower, followed that up by 5 thrusters. Now this was just with a barbell. This was not with weight. This was just moving efficiently, moving quick. If you have a sub 4-minute Fran time, then you probably want to do 7 calories on the rower and 7 thrusters. Now this should be a 1-to-1 work to rest ratio, so you're looking at about 30 seconds of all-out high intensity effort. Follow that with 30 seconds of rest, doing that just for 6 minutes. If you have an over 4-minute Fran time, then you're just going to do 5 calories and 5 thrusters. You want to make sure that you pick out a weight, though, that you know you can move with efficiency and easily as you're going through that entire warm-up. You want to hit that really hard, get that heart up really high, breathing heavy, and then you're going to get done with that. You're going to walk around for 4 to 5 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, making sure that heart rate comes down to almost resting heart rate, and then you'll go into the workout. That's going to get you ready. That's going to get you mentally focused and prepared to go into that dark pain cave that we were talking about earlier. Now, going into the thrusters, this is probably pacing the rower, which Justin's going to talk about later. I'm going to talk about the thrusters. You have 3 options in my opinion. First option is unbroken thrusters. We saw all the ladies do that last night. You're mainly going to have your elite athletes going for this, doing the unbroken thrusters. But one thing that you're going to notice is that you're going to have to pace the rower. You must pace the rower. Even if you're an elite rower, you're one of the best in the world, you're not going to be able to hit that thing at 90 to 100% effort if you want to go unbroken on those thrusters. So you're going to have to just pick your poison, so to speak. You know, you either go really hard on the rower and break up the thrusters, or you're going to go pace on the rower and then go really hard on the thrusters. It's going to be up to you. Next is big sets in the rounds of 27 and 21 specifically. I gave 2 options up here just for a quick reference. You can do 18 and 9 in the round of 21 or around 27, or you can go 12, 9, 6. You want to make sure that you're not doing enough reps where you have to sit there and look at the bar for 10 seconds. You should be able to do the reps, take a step back, shake those arms out, deep breath, pick the bar up, go back to work. Round of 21, you're doing 15 and 6, or you're doing 9, 7, 6. Doing those big sets in the beginning and slowly taking away a rep. Then when you get to those 15s, it's either doing 15 in a row, or you're doing 9 and 6 or 10 and 5 maybe. And then that round of 9, it's just suck it up and you get 9 done. If you got a break, you got a break. But when I'm going to that, when I'm picking up that bar for the last time, I'm not going to put it down. You need to have that mentality going into it. And then the third option is just small sets throughout the entire workout. If you know 95 pounds is really tough for you and you know your friend, say your friend time is limited by how many thrusters that you can do in a row, and that's when we're going to break it up. You know, sets of 4, sets of 5, sets of 3, you know, just short rests in between, picking that bar back up, moving efficiently through every movement, and trying to keep your intensity as high as possible.
What's up, guys? It's Justin. I want to talk about rowing and your damper settings. You need to think about who you are as an athlete, your height, your size, where your strengths are, and you need to put your rower on a damper setting that accommodates that. What we mean by that is that if you're a little bit of a shorter athlete and maybe a stronger athlete, maybe you're a good puller, you're probably going to need to have a higher stroke rate with a higher damper setting. That means on the side of the rower where it says 1 to 10, you're going to want to be a little bit higher. If you're a girl, between 5 and 7. If you're a guy, upwards, you know, past 8. If you are a little bit taller, you're going to be able to slow your stroke rate down to maybe 25 to 30. Now, this is going to be very important for you on the thrusters because all the lactic acid building up from the rower is really going to affect the way your thrusters go, right? So the slower stroke rate we can have and still be effective and keep up on the rower, the better. That means that we're going to be able to have bigger sets on the thrusters and we're not going to feel quite as fatigued when we get back to the rower for the next set. In addition, I would recommend wearing ollie shoes for this. There's no burpees, so heavier shoes isn't going to be that big of a deal. It's not only going to help you with your thrusters being in an upright position, but it's also going to help you on the rower because driving from your heels on that rower is going to save your quads a little bit. Speaking of quads, if you're an extremely quad dominant athlete, you may want to think twice about ollie shoes just because anytime you're going to be more upright, it's going to be more of an emphasis on your quads when you're doing the thrusters. And that's going to suck in this one because it's like 50% of what you're doing.
Now we're going to open up the shoulders for the thrusters. Listen with those wrists a little bit. Yeah, Monique, right there. Grabbing the band, leaning forward. Tighten up your abs really good and lean into that band. So I'm trying to relax my hand and relax my shoulder. So let's pull my shoulder down and back. Getting it back in the socket. For people that have really tight rack positions, this could be somewhat painful. Now we're going to put this on our knees. Pull those heels in tight and we're going to lay back. Yep. All right, now you're going to lift up on that knee against the plate. And then relax. All right, coming up, now we're going to go to the other side.
Guys, that was 15.5, and good luck. We'll see you next year.
Forgot what to say. Good luck.